Hello everyone and welcome to my first YouTube video and to my very new YouTube channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Alonso Zavala Barajas and we're going to kick off today by sharing how I went from this.
He's a pothead. Put that on.
To this. Yes, that's me when I used to weigh 275 pounds, and in just 9 months I dropped 100 pounds, so I was at 175 in that second photo. If you're like me in that previous photo and you're also wanting to transform and change your life, stick around because I'm going to share you my story on how I managed to do just exactly that. Now, let's take it back to January of that 2022 year when I weighed 275 pounds. I was 20 years old at that point, and I remember being really tired, really exhausted. My day-to-day looked like this. I would wake up at 4 p.m., scroll through TikTok endlessly, not wanting or having the energy to really get out of bed. And of course, staying in late at night, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., playing video games, watching movies, eating all the junk food that I had. But I decided that that's just not the lifestyle that I really wanted. I felt exhausted. I was self-conscious of my image. Don't get me wrong, I still thought to myself, I had that confidence, but there's something missing. There's something I needed that I wasn't getting from what I was actually doing, my typical habits. So that January, I decided to make a vow to myself, 200 by 21. That was my goal, to reach 200 pounds by my 21st birthday. And for me, that was September. So I had just about 9 months to reach that goal. The first step wasn't hitting the gym right away or running at the very start of when I came to that conclusion. We'll get there. The first step was accepting myself for all the good and the bad, and recognizing that all the bad habits that I've adopted my 20 years leading up to that point, and changing that and realizing that. I was in a really bad mental state at that point, and I really thought that my unhappiness came from external forces. But truthfully, it comes from here. It comes internally. It's that little voice in your head that wants to change, and you really have to listen to it, because that's you taking responsibility of your actions. Once you come to that conclusion, it's about changing all your bad habits and adopting new good ones, and really taking that first step. This meant putting myself in bed at a reasonable hour, throwing away all the junk food, and really just changing those bad habits however way you can to accept better ones. It started small, but this led to drastic changes that really shows that you want to make a difference in your life and really take that responsibility. So for my workout routine, I hit the races, and I mean hit the races. I lived in an apartment complex only 2 floors below me, and I told myself, come on, you can just walk down there. It is not far at all. And I still chose to ignore the gym. So again, that year, when I made that vow, and I made that realization, it just kicked off by just going to the gym. So I'm going to share my regimen and what I did. On day 1, this was going to be the regimen that I would stick throughout my entire journey. First, we would start off with a 2-mile run. And yes, 2 miles. So even at the time, if I couldn't run the full 2 miles, I would just walk it. I would take that chance to my very last breath. As long as I hit the 2-mile run, I was happy. Then we would move on to a 5-set ab workout routine. First workout was a 3-set 1-minute plank, then a 3-set Russian twist with a medicine ball, 3 set of 15 crunches with a medicine ball, 3 by 10 sit-up, and lastly 3 by 12 knee raises. After we would call that a warm-up, we'd move on to an arm workout. Looking back, I had no clue on how to do any of my workouts. I freestyled a lot of what I did and just did what I felt most comfortable with, so keep that in mind. I was consistent with this routine, so I'll tell you here. It was a 3x12 bench press, 3x12 curls, 3x12 cable row curls, 3x12 reverse cable curls, and 3x12 push downs. Hold on, let me get my other hand. 3x12 bent over rows. Again, I freestyled a lot of this, so don't really follow this regimen. This is just what worked for me, what felt most comfortable to me, and what worked. If you're wanting to copy this, really just do something that's comfortable with you, that fits in your style. But again, this is just what I felt most comfortable with. Now, you're probably asking and wondering where the leg workouts are. I didn't do them. I truthfully didn't do them. I, like many, was naive and thought they weren't necessary, and that was the last thing that, I shouldn't really have been doing them leg workouts. I was stupid, I was dumb. Don't follow that routine. Leg workouts are really important. I failed to realize that at the time, so really do stick with them, because I failed to realize how important leg workouts and leg routines really are. I really don't suggest this workout to just everyone. Again, do what's most comfortable to you. This is what worked for me and what I chose to stick with the entire journey. So keep that in mind. Quick disclaimer before I give my approach to nutrition. I was an idiot, I was stupid, I was dumb, I knew nothing about dieting. So please do not follow what I am going to share at this very moment. I followed a really dangerous diet routine and wouldn't discover proper nutrition and dieting till about, later on. I'm the type to put one goal in mind and lose sight of everything else. For my diet routine, I only followed a few handful of rules. No chips and no soda. Was really heavily addicted to chips. I remember I would devour a family-sized bag, soda practically every other day. So that was an obvious pick. That was just out the window when I started this routine. Food is just so good. I remember exactly how and why I got to that point. A lot of it I used to eat Domino's, McDonald's, Taco Bell. Practically anytime I felt hungry, when in reality I was just eating because I was bored. That's why I got to the point in that first photo. My second rule that I kept to myself and stayed true the entire journey was one meal, one snack, and one drink. I'm gonna throw a couple of the meals up here, what I had. So for example, I had about, 2 chicken sandwiches, maybe fried rice for that day for my meal, or a chicken salad. Just something that, of course, a meal. For my one snack, this meant like a granola bar, an apple, maybe even a muffin from Starbucks. Just something light, about 203 calories. Again, I didn't know what calories had or really counted them when I followed this routine, but these are some of the examples I had for my one snack meal. So for my drink, I really enjoyed coffee and lattes like many of you guys. So like Starbucks, maybe like a caramel macchiato, frappuccino, dragon mango fruit, refresher, practically whatever that, felt yummy at the time. Now I did mention a lot of Starbucks items, but that is also because at the time I did work at Starbucks, so my diet routine did revolve around it and it did make it a little bit easier. Now, of course, I had to drink a lot of water throughout my days to really starve or stave off that hunger, but I did become accustomed to this and my body did get used to it at some point. I did have one more rule, and that was, of course, the cheat day. On this special occasion, I did have what I really wanted or what I desired, with, of course, the rules in mind still. I did dive into cooking, so perhaps my cheat day would revolve around me cooking a burger and fries or a whole entire pizza. I'm going to share some of my cooking up here just to show you what I had and what I made during my routine and my journey, but these were some of the items I had during my cheat day. This was my practically one reward after what is basically fasting for the entire week. So At the time, again, really dangerous, but really do listen to your body and what your body wants and desires. For me, this is something I became accustomed to, and that one cheat day is what I rewarded myself to. This was probably, if not one of the hardest challenges I had to go through the entire journey. Of course, we all want one more slice of pizza or wish to go back to McDonald's, but I had that one goal in mind of reaching 200 pounds by my 21st birthday. Even if that little voice right beside that second voice wanted another meal, wanted to go back to eating how I did, or of course go and spend the days scrolling through TikTok, I thought that was most important for me was regaining my life and regaining that confidence back. So that is what kept me going and what pushed me through those hard days. This was probably, if not one of the hardest challenges I had to go through the entire journey. Of course, we all want one more slice of pizza or wish to go back to McDonald's, but I had that one goal in mind of reaching 200 pounds by my 21st birthday. Even if that little voice right beside that second voice wanted another meal, wanted to go back to eating how I did, or of course go and spend the days scrolling through TikTok, I thought that was most important for me was regaining my life and regaining that confidence back. So that is what kept me going and what pushed me through those hard days. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it wasn't easy, but when you really do have a goal in mind, it's just something that drives you to push forward. Slowly but surely, it does get easier. You're gonna get the confidence back. You're going to get your energy back. And practically day by day, you'll see yourself waking up quicker, wanting to take the day by storm, and doing whatever it takes to reach that goal. This is something I wish I told myself back then, but food and diet is really your energy source. It's something your body needs to continue throughout the day. So it's exactly like putting oil in a car. Whatever you put into your system is what's going to fuel you through your day. So that is something that I failed to recognize at that point, and what I do realize now. But again, really do focus on what's most important, what you're putting in your system, because that is what's going to be your energy and source and drive for the entire day. Again, I'm just sharing my story of what worked for me, so do not follow my regimen because it was incredibly stupid, incredibly dangerous. There was a portion in my time when I went 3 months going day to day to day to the gym. I gave myself 0 rest breaks. That is incredibly dangerous, super dumb, and something I failed to recognize. You can still work out 3 to 4 times a week with that regimen I just shared and still get to the same results. But again, we all make mistakes. I failed to recognize that. I was really dumb. So that is just something I didn't realize later on. At some point, I did realize more and gain more knowledge on how to properly diet, how to properly work out. But that wouldn't be later on until about June or August of that journey. So at the beginning of September, I actually already hit my goal and hit 200 pounds around August or June, if I remember correctly. And I hit it way past before then. Again, if I remind you, the original goal was 200 pounds by my 21st, and by that point, I had reached 175 pounds. This had to be the biggest accomplishment of my life and something I was really proud of. Since then, I felt stronger, happier, more energetic. You really do gain more confidence and regain the life that you didn't realize I was missing. Before, when I used to be heavier, you don't realize, or at least for me, I envied a lot of the healthier lifestyles and healthier people and thought that just wasn't something meant for me. And again, that was just a really bad mental state that I was in. This meant more energy to hang out with my friends, with my family, and back when I was heavier, that's just something that I had no time to give. But again, when I reached that goal, I took on the world by storm. After that journey, I did learn a lot of things about myself. I learned that I really do enjoy cooking. I enjoyed how healthier I felt, and being more active. I no longer let opportunities pass by me just because I was too tired or too exhausted or just practically just being lazy. So the opportunities I did let pass by then, I no longer let pass by now. Something I learned after was that I really can take on any challenge in front of me and really just do what's best to benefit my life for the better. Again, if someone with no gym experience, no nutrition, no knowledge at all can go from this to this, then I know that you can too. It's not about the weight, it's not about the number on the scale, it's about the life you regain, that confidence that you get back, that you missed or lost. There's so much out in the world and so much to accomplish, and it really is up to you to want to get it. You don't need the approval of others. You don't need someone else to tell you to do it just because you need to do it. You don't even need to look like the next Sam Sulek. This is something that you want for yourself, and it has to come from within. If I can stick with one piece of advice, is that once you set yourself for any goal or put yourself at any goal or any position to reach a goal, I know and I believe that you can do it. It has to come from within. It has to come from you, and you need to want it. And once you have that in mind, you can do it. You can take on the storm, and I do believe in you. If I can do it, I know anyone can. Thank you for sticking to the end of the video, and if you like, I want you to leave a comment, like and subscribe. I will be sharing more videos. I want to, again, kick off this channel with just my story, but I'm going to be sharing challenges, I'm going to be sharing nutritional tips. So stick around if you want more, because I will be sharing exactly how and a proper way on how to lose weight. I will be sharing more fitness videos and more fitness challenges, and please follow on my next fitness journey, so stay tuned for that. Bye everyone.